My first months as a director was probably the most violent wave of terror since the creation of our state. We lost 57 Israelis and 217 wounded in less than 10 days. The last week of February, first week of March, 96. And later, we created a situation in which we reduced these figures dramatically until the time in which, during 12 months, the year of 2000, before the Intifada, we lost only one Israeli as a result of terror. So we won. Now, why it happened? I was a director of the Israeli Shin Bet. I can tell you, it was not because of the Israeli Shin Bet. We did a great job. But we saw a very interesting correlation. Major factor was the Palestinian approach, Palestinian support in the peace process. It was measured, by the way, every month by Dr. Halil Shkaki. I think that he got his PhD in Columbia University. He's a brother, by the way, of Fatih Shkaki, who was the founder of the Islamic Jihad, Palestinian Islamic Jihad, and found his death in Malta, surprisingly. I was at sea at that time, not far from Malta, so I know it. Malta, it's an island in the Mediterranean, but okay. We saw a correlation. The higher was the support of Palestinians in the peace process at that time, lower were the attempts of Hamas to use terror. Hamas cannot fight against the will of the Palestinian people. If Palestinians believe that diplomacy will bring them freedom, end of occupation, better economy, better education system, they will not approve terror. Terror is the last option for them because they know that they will pay a very, very high price if they will try to use terror. So they do it only if they lost confidence in diplomacy. Second, if they support the peace process, it enables the security organizations of the Palestinians to fight Hamas. At that time, by the way, there were more Hamas activists in Palestinian jail than in our jails. I used to meet all their people, all their activists, Jibril al-Jud, Mohammed Ahlan, every month, to exchange information, to fight terror together. And they used to tell me, we are fighting our brothers, Hamas, not because we love you. We are not South Lebanese. You are not paying our salaries. We are doing it only because we believe that in the end of the road, we shall have our freedom and our Palestinian state alongside Israel. The moment that we shall not believe, forget about us. And if you ask me what happened in the summer of 2000, Palestinians stopped to believe. This is the reason for the second Intifada. It was not planned by Arafat. It was against Arafat as much as it was against Israel. By the way, today we have the intelligence information to prove it. We did not know it then. It was an assumption at the beginning. So the way to fight Hamas is by presenting an alternative. Sheikh Yassin, in his interviews before he died, he tells us, they ask him, what are you afraid of? And he tells the interviewer, he said, I'm afraid only from the moment that Palestinians will be deceived to think that Israelis are ready to give them independent Palestinian state and will go to the peace process. This will be the moment that Hamas will lose its power. He's saying it in his words. We just have to understand it. If we want to beat Hamas, we have to use diplomacy.